nice speedy one to start with, and it's called Boa Constrictor! Go off one! Well, thanks for coming out tonight. We had a bit of trouble with the guitar, so we're going to change over leads over here. And it's good to see some old faces tonight. Got a few ex-Mortification members here. Mick Carlisle's here. He'll recognise these next few songs that we're about to play. And Lincoln's here. He played in one of mine. Adam's here, the gentleman from before Mike. And a few old Metal Kingdoms way back from the early 90s. Who was here? Who used to go to Metal Kingdom back in the early 90s? Yeah. You might have a bit of a Metal Kingdom reunion later. Yeah. Well, we've been doing lots of stuff. We went up to Toowoomba and played a festival up there, and played an all-ages show over in Adelaide, and just been invited to Mexico to do a big festival in November. That should be fun. With Striper, believe it or not. Anyone remember Striper? Yeah, Striper very fond. We've been invited to play with them in Mexico with Saving Machine and Narnia, if you know what those means. Anyway, I'm going to do a couple of old ones for you. Just for you, Mr. Carrum.
From my mind. Your time will come. Beware, the darkness not afraid. For the light, knock the door, is the dawn. The weak manifest the sun.
Thank you very much. Well, that was some of our older material. We started off the set tonight with a couple of songs off from our new album, Brain Cleaner. And we just played some old material then, and we're going to play some sort of mid-era material. This band's been around for 14 years, and we've recorded 12 studio albums and a couple of live ones as well. And this is sort of lineup number 5 or something. Anyway, so you can pick up a CD of just talk to us about which era you like. This is sort of mid-era Mortification. Features Mr. Mick Jelinek on guitar, and it's a bit of a thrashy one. So if you don't get into this one, I don't think you're going to get any. It's called Hammer of God!
Intercession for the mass of God. Prepare the spirits of the faithful. All right now. Chapel of Hope. Headed for our God. Chapel of Hope. Together we stand tall. Chapel of Hope. Headed for our soul. Chapel of Hope. Together we stand tall. Chapel of Hope. Chapel of Hope. Chapel of Hope. Chapel of Hope. Chapel of Hope.
Well, I introduced Mick before. On the drums we have Mr. Mike Forsberg. We're going to do a song off the new album Brain Cleaner. Bit more of a heavy song, this one. It's called Too Much Pain. Welcome Mr. Mike on the drums. Are you enjoying yourselves tonight? I was a bit disappointed. I thought we were going to get about 100 kids coming out of Frankston. Do you know, you go to the Hallam Hotel to see a band, or you go to the Pally Bar in Frankston, and there's all these kids getting turned away. You think, oh, we'll put on an all-ages show, and they don't come out. A bit disappointing, really, isn't it? Anyway, such is life. Here's a nice heavy one for all you people who like your music a bit brutal. Written by Mr. Mick Jolink over there, the man with the hair, the only one left.
The man with no mullet.
The mullet's gone. He's now a very, very cool hippie. And we don't know what Mike is, but I think I look like a bit of a punk now. Some of you people might have known that I went through leukemia and all my hair fell out, and I grew it back again, but it just wasn't really that good, so I was going to wait till I turned 40 next year and surprise everybody at my 40th birthday with short hair, but it sort of beat me by a year. I had to cut it off because it was kind of falling out. Anyway, enough about that. Bit of brutal music for you people who are still stayed in to listen. Thank you very much. It's called I'm Not Your Commodity. Well, I introduced Mike and Mick to you before, and surprisingly, for some reason I didn't bring a CD to play tonight, and someone rocked up with a Light Force CD, which was a band I had in the 80s. This man down here used to be our manager, Mr. Alan Thomas, and this next song that we're about to play actually was a song that I wrote back in 1985. I've been playing in metal bands for 20 years this year, which means that next year I get the key to the metal door. It's supposed to be fun. 20 years this year I've been playing metal, and I wrote this song in 1985, and it was recorded on our 1986 Light Force demo. And seeing that I've got a bit of a punk haircut now rather than a metalhead haircut, this is a bit of a punk song which was written back then. No one wanted to admit back in the middle of the 80s that they listened to punk music, like the metalheads and the punks, they just sort of didn't mix sort of together. But then there was a band called Anthrax and a band called DRI, and they sort of crossed the whole scene over, and it sort of became a bit cool to play moshy sort of punky music, metal or whatever it was. Anyway, that's what this is supposed to be. This is what it was supposed to be recorded. It was never recorded correctly, so we thought we would redo it. It's called 12 Men. Hope you like it.
Jesus, oh, it's not me who I sent to follow him. Who's up? This is a man. For him, for him, for him, for him, for him. Jesus knows the modern man who I sent to follow him. They will never be the same again. For him, for him, for him, for him, for him. The fishermen who I sent to follow him, they won't ever be the same again. Driving for him, driving for him, driving. Let me hear some noise from you people. Come on, let me hear some noise.
I can only hear noise from him.
Follow him!
That's called punkified metal or metalified punk, whatever you want to call it.
Request. Metal Missionary of Babylon.
Metal Missionary. Oh man. I can't remember how it goes. Sorry, man. Next time we'll work on alphabet. Okay, hang on. Eyes of Destruction. Oh man, I really can't remember that one. Well, anyway, look, as you've noticed when you come in tonight, I mean, a lot of people would have realised tonight that the building we're playing in is a church. And some of you would not have realised that until you got here. And as I was saying before, that I was hoping to get a lot more kids out of Frankston North and the Frankston area. But enough said about that. Both of the bands tonight, Fierscape and Mortification, we are bands that present heavy metal music with a Christian perspective on issues in life, you know. And especially in this area in Frankston, I thought it'd be good to put on an all-ages show, because there is a problem in this area with drugs and alcohol abuse and unwanted pregnancies and domestic violence and all this sort of thing. And the reason I thought that I would ask the pastor of this church, I actually go to this church here, if we could put on a concert, is because the pastor of this church, he used to be the pastor of a place called Teen Challenge. And Teen Challenge is a place where people who are hopelessly addicted to drugs, hopelessly addicted to alcohol, you know, and have addictions of all sorts, they go to this place called Teen Challenge, and Teen Challenge helps them get their life together. And I know from personal experience in my life that when I was a teen, I was, by the age of 19, borderline alcoholic. I mean, I'd been binge drinking for about 4 years, and I actually was brought up in a home that went to church every Sunday, and for some reason between the age of 15 and 19, I just got caught up with the wrong people and making the wrong life choices. And there's a lot of people in this area of Frankston, and I guess all over Melbourne, but especially here and up in Frankston North, there is a problem with drugs and alcohol abuse. And the difference with me was that someone from my parents' church, the church that I grew up in, cared enough to come around and give me a Christian heavy metal record. It was this band called Res Band. And I'd been listening to heavy music since I was 8 years old. I mean, I started listening to Deep Purple and Status Quo and Slade and all these bands when I was like 8 years old. My son's 8 years old, you know. So I've been listening to heavy metal, hard music, whatever you want to call it, for like 31 years. And yeah, when I was 15, I was listening to Motorhead, and I was listening to Iron Maiden and Venom and all these bands, you know. And of course all the punk bands, like I talked about before, bands like Charge GBH from the UK. But anyway, when this youth pastor from my parents' church brought around this Res Band album, the concept of heavy metal with a Christian perspective was the stepping stone back for me into a church. And I had to step away from all of my friends that were smoking bongs and getting drunk all the time, but I stepped into a church where I was accepted for who I was. And this church is a great church. I go to this church, and you know, if you want to find out more about Christianity, I'm not really a preacher. You know, you pay $10 to get in and come and see a metal gig, you know. But the only way that I was able to make positive life choices in my life was to recommit my life to Christ, or to give my life to Christ. And you know, bad life choices can destroy the rest of your life. And I made it my mission, you know, at 19 years of age, to play heavy metal music with a Christian message, and have done so for 20 years now. We've played all over the world, myself and Lincoln and Adam, who are out there somewhere. We toured the world in 2001, and played all over Australia, South Africa, Europe, USA, Mexico, Chile, Argentina, Brazil. Been to America a number of times, Europe a number of times. Looks like the three of us have been invited to a big festival in Mexico, as I said before, and we will probably play Brazil and Argentina again. We played to really, really big crowds over there. And sometimes it's a bit tough playing in your own country, especially in your own city. People get a bit familiar with you, and you know, but you people that have come here tonight, I guess, are the people who are supposed to be here, because maybe, even if there's just one of you, needs to hear this message, that through faith in Christ, it will help you make positive life choices which can help change the rest of your life. Because when I started making positive life choices, then from the music that's been created through Light Force and Mortification, thousands of people all over the world. I mean, I get emails every day from people saying my life would not have been the way it was if it wasn't for mortification. I struggle every day, I struggle with this, I struggle with that, but you know, because of your message, I went and checked out a church, and I know that in the next year or 18 months, another Mortification album is coming out. You know, and a lot of the time you think, gee, you know, how many more years are we going to keep doing this? When you keep getting emails like this every day from people all over the world, I mean, countries that I've never heard of, people saying, please don't give up, you know, because you're giving people hope that listen to this music. And so, enough said. I go to this church. They have services at 10:30 on Sunday mornings, and they have a youth group run by a girl called Hannah. And you can come along and talk to me, or talk to Pastor Vic. He's the guy that's a big guy up the front, and he's the guy that's come from Teen Challenge. And if you have a problem with anything, with drugs or alcohol or violence at home, or you've got a boyfriend who beats you up, or you've got a dad who beats you up or something, or any problem at all, you haven't got any problems, and you just think, well, I want to know about this Christianity thing that has helped this guy. I mean, I was given 2 hours to live twice. I got leukemia in 1996. I was given 2 hours to live in June 97, and another 2 hours again to live in 98. I was this far away from death, and maybe God gave me a second chance to live again. Maybe so I could just be here tonight just to play to you, group of people, I don't know, and to do what I do. I really don't know how. The doctors are just like, you're a miracle. They said I'd never walk again, you know. You see me standing in one spot and walking around in the cane. I'm motor paralysed from the chest down. And so God's given me a second chance at life, and so I guess I'm a bit of a walking miracle. And yeah, so, you know, come and check out this church if you want to check out Christianity. We do have stuff available tonight. We've got CDs at very cheap prices. I think the CDs and the t-shirts are the cheapest I've ever had them tonight. We're actually on this little tour that we're doing at the moment. We've done Adelaide and we've done up in Wollongong. And we've got some CDs for $5, $10 and $15, which is really cheap. And the t-shirts, like the black t-shirts that we're selling for $10, I'm actually losing money on those. So pick up a shirt tonight and pick up a hot dog on the way out, because we actually bought 140 hot dogs today, because we were expecting a lot more people, I guess. So if you want to buy a drink or a packet of chips or another hot dog on the way out, that would be really, really good. If you've already had a hot dog, tell them that I said you can buy another one for $1, okay? Just so that we can not have too much waste. And we're going to finish off with this song. It's a bit of an anthem song for us. It's called Priests of the Underground. Thank you for listening.
Thousands of souls, thousands of trails. the mockers that they are wrong. Stupidity in the mind. When you get to heaven, will you be still into the lake of fire and hell? We search for the ones we never knew. Thousands of souls, thousands of trails, into the mockers that they are wrong. Let mercy, let those who submit away. Let mercy, let them mercy through your brain. Let mercy, let them missionary voice. Let mercy, let them enter in your face.
So what do you want? Do you want a couple more or you want to go home?
More!
You sure about that?
Yeah!
Okay. We'll think about it. Who wants a pig? Nobody. Oh, yeah. That was supposed to be a joke. I said, who wants a pig? And he was picking his nose. Okay, this song's a bit different for us. Well, actually, there's two songs really. It's an intro plus a song. And we've never played these live, so you're special people. You're the initiated few. How you doing out there?
Nothing coming away of the burden, and they are only will not depart from the worldly things that brain, learning how to avoid the brain. Brain cleaner, yeah, brain cleaner, brain cleaner, yeah, brain cleaner. When the devil comes knocking at your door, open the book that kills like the sword. Never mind the pain that he inflicts, you have the power to be victorious. Brain cleaner, yeah, brain cleaner, brain cleaner, yeah, brain cleaner. Surrounding the world, what you gonna do to see that you move? Open up the words to the book of life, light to choose the dark of the night. Brain cleaner, yeah, brain cleaner, brain cleaner, yeah, brain cleaner. Letting go to avoid the pain. Brain cleaner, yeah, brain cleaner, brain cleaner, yeah, brain cleaner, brain cleaner, brain cleaner, brain cleaner, yeah, brain cleaner.
Thank you very much. And if you buy a CD, we're happy to scribble on it and all that sort of stuff. We'll be out there in 5 or so minutes. Thanks a lot for coming out, and you've been a great audience. Cheers, have a good night.